Starting the day early. I feel as though I am time abundant.
Right now, at this moment, I kind of feel as though like I'm still processing through things.
And I actually am quite excited for it, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Grief support, mental health counseling resources, and like support groups in their area.
I have found peace and I'm feeling peace and I'm trying to really enjoy that. Good morning. We just got home from our workout. I've been waking up at 4:55 every morning. So we've been working out from like 5:15 by the time we get there to like 6:15, and it's been pretty good. Today was a back day, and I feel like in the 9-to-5 lifestyle, I do like working out in the morning because then it's so nice to just have it done. Like comes with some asterisks. I really prefer what to sleep in, but we've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, I would say. So I'm ready for like me to see the positive changes that are happening from lifting more often, but I think we're still getting there. Now that I'm home, I'm just gonna shower, get ready for work, make breakfast. I really like to prioritize having time to sit down and eat breakfast. I feel like that kind of helps me have still a calm morning despite the early workout. And then we'll talk about work before we get there.
We've made it to work. I am about to head in. To be just like so honest, I'm a pediatric medical social worker, if you don't know that, working at a children's hospital, and yesterday was a super sad, tough day, and it was like towards the end of the day, and so I was able to just kind of leave and then spend the night just like letting myself feel feelings, taking care of myself, everything. But that means that when I'm about to go in, I'm gonna have to write my documentation for the sad, tough day yesterday, which is like I know is waiting for me whenever I get in, and so I'm like kind of dreading walking in. But I also think that sometimes notes are good. Like sometimes when I write a note, I truly just like journal at first and then like erase it and parse it down to actually be like a good professional documentation. So sometimes it can be a good way to like process through things, but also right now at this moment, I kind of feel as though like I'm still processing through things, not quite enough to like put into words. So I have my notes waiting for me right when I get in. And then pretty quickly at 8:30, I have a meeting that's just once a week for the people on the acute care unit, which is like you go ICU to acute care to discharge. And this meeting usually is pretty quick paced. Like we get updates on patients, get to know like what they're waiting for before discharge, everything. And then if there are any problems heading towards discharge, can like work on problem solving, make sure everyone knows like all the communication that's needed and everything like that. And so those are the two things, bright and early in the morning, the first of which is just going to be a little tough, but that's the nature of it.
A patient who discharged recently brought food for everyone, which is so nice and kind and looks absolutely delicious.
It is so uncommon that I have appointments after work. Usually whenever I work, I just go straight home and just like start the whole evening relax. But today I have a laser hair removal appointment, just my underarms today, which is going to be quite nice because most appointments when I go, it is both underarms and Brazilian. And as you can imagine, Brazilian's a lot bigger of a feat than just the underarms are. So I'm not dreading it today. It'll be just fine. I'll probably be like in and out in 5 minutes, but I am 20 minutes early. So I'll be hanging out until then. But to talk about the day at work, in the morning, I spent about 2 hours, over 2 hours, honestly, crafting an email for the family that I was writing the note for as well, that I was already talking about. This email included pretty much everything in writing that we had talked about yesterday, because when people are experiencing trauma, like actively experiencing trauma, in shock, etc., they're not going to remember what you tell them, as they shouldn't. They are focusing on other things, if focusing on anything at all. Their body is going through a lot of things. And so I just always make sure to follow up. And I usually tell families too on the sad day that I'll be following up in an email the next day. And then I usually let them know like if I'll be calling them too, just so that they know what to expect. But in the email today, I just included grief support, mental health counseling resources, and like support groups in their area, information on choosing a funeral home, some suggestions of funeral homes that people have had good experiences with, or that discount services that other families that I've worked with have had good experiences with, information on requesting requesting medical records, and then information on some memory items that our lovely child life specialists created yesterday that are at the hospital, because then families get to choose if they want to come pick them up to save them from getting mailed, have a family member come pick them up, or if they would just prefer them to be mailed to their home. So I literally spent 2.5 hours because I was also compiling resources that were specified for them. And I just keep rereading over it because, like, what do you say to someone experiencing grief? Like, there's nothing you can say that makes it better, honestly, but also you never want to fall into the bad platitudes of like things you should not say to people who are experiencing grief. So that was a lot of my morning outside of the rounds that we attended. And then other than that, I did a couple referrals, just like basic discharge referrals to get people set up with early intervention developmental support once they're outside of the hospital. And then towards the end of the day, I just provided support to a family that was getting ready for discharge, which is an exciting thing, but also can be a very overwhelming thing. In the afternoon, I did go walk on the treadmill. I've been loving doing this because sometimes I feel like I'm gonna be sitting at my desk, like typing a note or like reading other people's notes. And so I'm like, well, why not bring my laptop and just act as if the treadmill is like a walking pad and I'm working from home, except it's just me in the hospital gym with my treadmill and my little laptop that I'm like having to balance on my arm because there's no good place to set it down. So that was me in the afternoon. And then on the drive over here, Mr. Spotify AI DJ started playing Hunter Hayes. I have not thought about Hunter Hayes in the longest time. Like, wanted Hunter Hayes, that 2012, 2013 Anna. Loved all that. Haven't thought about him in forever, but Mr. Spotify DJ felt like that was the vibe for today, and it kind of was. I'm going to be sitting here scrolling through TikTok, I believe, until my appointment time, which is actually 24 minutes from now. I think whenever I started this clip, I told you it was 20 minutes. 24 minutes from now. I think safe to say, I like always schedule them a little bit later than what I think I can make it by after work because I never want to run late because there's like traffic or something. I think it's fair to say that I probably could have gone for 5. I'll get zapped. Zach is making dinner at home, so we will make it home soon. I wanted to open these this morning, but then I ran into a situation where I really had to leave or else I would be totally late. And I told you I was having a low spend February, but I fell for an Instagram ad and I actually am quite excited for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of it though is that I haven't been wearing daily earrings anymore because finally, after like 4 years of daily use, my Ana Luisa ones just started, like, I could probably clean them. I really could, but I just stopped wearing them. And so it was like, I saw this Instagram ad and I've already been thinking that I wanted new daily earrings, and then I also was thinking that I wanted like another, am I wearing it today? I've been wearing my Z necklace every single day and I kind of wanted like another one to go with it for every single day. So this was non-necessity, but it was an Instagram ad. Let's see, the one that got me to buy it was this one. Very rarely do I just like see an ad and get things, like very rarely. But look how pretty. Make sure it is focusing and oops. Look how pretty this is. It's Beautiful Earth Boutique. That is what it is called. This is the one that I saw on the Instagram ad and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I don't remember what size I got. Apparently not that finger size. Or actually, I think it said that it was actually one size fits all because it's not connected. That's probably right. Ignore my nails. They're so dingy because I pulled off my wedding acrylics. I thought about going to the salon to get them off, or like the nail salon, but last time I went there to get nails off, they just popped them off. They didn't soak them. And so I was like, why would I pay to have someone else pop them off when I could just pop them off myself? Which means we're gonna be looking a mess for several months. Next is this ring. I just thought this was so pretty. It was also like a sale that they were doing as I continue to justify my purchases. I think the sizes run small because I think I got this one to fit my pointer finger, and that is not doing that. That'll fit my pinky right there, it will. I think this one I could work bigger because it's not connected, but for try on purposes, okay, these definitely run small. Maybe I'll just get skinny and then my rings will fit. That is pretty. And then I won't put them in right now, but these are the like daily, or the intent for daily earrings again. They're just little huggies that are like with little twisted gold. And I think they're a good size where you'll be able to see them, but they're not like an actual hoop, they're just a huggy. And then, I probably don't need to get these out. Just figured this would be, I just like these honestly. For whenever I want to step it up a little bit, still just a huggy, but little pearls. And then, not me not remembering the necklace that I got. Oh, it's facing backwards, but it literally is just a like single little diamond that I think will go a little bit longer than this one.
So like I said, that doesn't technically fit in low spend February, but I do plan on doing a full no spend week coming up that I'll vlog and I think will be kind of fun. And total, all of that together was $70 for 5 pieces of jewelry, even though the rings, no, even though the rings are smaller than they're meant to be. For context, this ring on the website says that it is an 8. My engagement and wedding band over here are 7s, and they could size down like a half size. I like them the looseness that they are, but technically they could. Whereas this 8 just about took my finger off. I'll have to decide what I'm doing with that. So genuinely, I would have been so annoyed at myself if I heard me saying this a few months ago, and I'm like a little annoyed at myself for saying it now. But working out in the morning, despite the obstacle that it is to like get up and get to the gym, does just like win you back so much time in your day whenever you work full time. And I wish we didn't have to do things like that and that I could just like stay in bed and sleep forever. But quality of life wise, I just cannot lie, things are better whenever I work out in the morning because then I get to have such a chill evening. And honestly, because Zach leaves earlier than I do usually in the morning, that means that I get my like chill, relax, sit down time in the morning as well. Whereas it used to be that I would sleep until I like literally had to wake up, and then I would get ready for work really quickly and then go to work and then come back home and I'd like need to go work out or want to go work out because I in my head felt like I had goals and like working out is an important part of my life. But fitting a workout into the evening just seemed like it just took so much time to where if I started relax time, my relax time would start at like 7:30. Which that might sound nuts to be like, oh my gosh, 7:30. I'm an early bedder person. No matter when I'm waking up in the morning, like obviously I go to bed a little bit early now that I've been waking up at 4:55. But even when I was waking up like at last minute to get ready to go to work, I was still going to bed at like 9:30 or so. Which looking back to like relax time from 7:30 to 9, get ready for bed at 9. An hour and a half is enough. But I don't know, things just felt different. It felt like I was more like time poor and I had to like squeeze in moments where I could get them. Whereas unfortunately, starting the day early, I feel as though I am time abundant. It's definitely a hump to get over, and definitely some days are harder than others to wake up. Also, having the partner of Zach who is waking up at the same time as I do and is planning on going to the gym with me does help with that too, because it's like, okay, we're going together. It's not just me who would be affected if I don't go. Here's dinner for tonight. Ground turkey, rice, beans, broccolini. Then my routine is to sit and watch a little show while I eat. And then if I have any computer to-dos, this is when I do them now. Tonight, that is going to be making a thumbnail that I need to do. And I can do even while watching my little show. I have like, it's actually very sweet. We made a video for my grandma at my family reunion that happened in December, and my grandpa asked me to share the link with people, and I keep thinking about it when I'm at work and I don't have like everyone's email and phone number with me, and so I haven't done it yet. And so I'm gonna draft that email today where I can like share the final link with people, thumbnail that, and then if I get around to it, which I should get around to it, we still have quite a few thank you cards from the wedding that we need to write. We did a solid chunk of them, or what felt like a solid chunk of them last week, and even like got them out in the mail, but it's a lot to write. And we're obviously wanting to like handwrite a note in everyone's thank you card. Both Zach and I are, which I think is good and meaningful, especially because a lot of people like traveled so far to come be with us and everything, but it definitely is a feat to get through. This is the show that I've been watching. It is Will Trent on Hulu, and then you can see I have Lottie Smalley in YouTube up here because whenever there's ads, I watch YouTube. Will Trent takes place in Atlanta and is based off of the book series by Karen Slaughter. It doesn't have all too much in common with the book series because quite a few of the characters are like very different, but it's actively coming out. Like season 3 is coming out right now. It's a crime show, but also has like the character arcs that go through each episode. In the beginning, I was pretty skeptical about it. I guess kind of like the book series. Like in the beginning, I was pretty skeptical about them, but then I ended up liking them. And same with this, is that in the beginning, I was pretty skeptical about it, but I am now liking it. I am one episode away from being to the like most recently released episode of Will Trent, which I feel like is a pretty good accomplishment in my current TV show. I FaceTimed my sister and my nephew for quite a long time tonight. The one thing that it didn't really occur to me that I should have done, but we'll have to fit in tomorrow. Tomorrow, Zach and I are going to a hotel in Atlanta for the weekend for a little like staycation. And in my head, because it's a staycation, it doesn't like require prep because we're just staying in Atlanta. Like we're literally gonna Uber to the hotel. But I actually do need to pack for like staying somewhere else over the weekend. So I did not do that yet, but I might just do that tomorrow morning because I think right when I get home from work tomorrow, we'll just like call an Uber and go on over to the hotel so I can live my little like bougie hotel life for a weekend. And I think it'll be really fun, but I definitely need to pack for that. I feel pretty proud of like today and how it went. It's always hard to talk about hard days at work. And thankfully today was not that, but it was recovery from that, and it still feels very real because it was so recent. This also is like such a normal routine day in my life. I feel like just by happenstance with like the wedding and then like new videos and stuff, I've just kind of gotten out of doing true weeks in my life. And it's kind of funny because like genuinely the weeks after the wedding so far have every day has looked like this, where we like get up and work out in the morning, come back, chill for a little breakfast time, go to work, come back and relax. But like it's very fulfilling. Like I'm reading, I'm eating well, I'm like prioritizing YouTube, I'm like doing all these things that I had been wanting to do before the wedding but didn't quite have the mental energy for, and now I'm doing them, but it's like not actually requiring too much mental energy, if that makes sense. Like I have found peace and I'm feeling peace, and I'm trying to really enjoy that, which is awesome. But I hope that this 9 to 5 was kind of just fun to join along for. Just a little snapshot into life. Like I said, we're going on a staycation this weekend, which I do plan on vlogging because I think it'll be really cool. In the meantime, subscribe before you go, watch another video. YouTube seems to think you'll enjoy the one that's on the screen right now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.